One Zambia, One Nation. Thank you so much for joining us on the news desk. To present the news, my name is Amos Zulu. Let's take a look at the top stories. Mansa District receives over 5,000 bags of decompound fertilizer under the Food Security Park. 3 police officers arrested. Construction of Youth Vocational and Training Center underway in Pongwe. Plus, over 2,000 people take part in APSA Marathon. And now the news in detail. Mansa District has received over 5,000 bags of decompound fertilizer under the Food Security Park. Kennedy Chomba reports that 2,655 households are expected to benefit from the consignment.
Mansa District has received farming inputs for 2022-2023 farming season under the Food Park Security Program. Mansa District Commissioner Irene Chivweta has since checked on the inputs which has been received in the district.
So for today, as Mansa District, we have received a number of urea and decompound. So as a district, the caseload for 2022-2023 farming season, we are targeting 2,655 beneficiaries.
Beneficiaries under the Food Security Pack for 2021-2022 farming season have since started paying back.
Expecting about 1 million, but we are above 600,000 kwacha. And our beneficiaries, most of them, they supplied their maize to FRA and they've not been paid. So we are sure as soon as they are done with the payments with FRA, they will be able to pay back. And we're expecting at least 100% paybacks this year.
The Food Security Pack program is aimed at empowering vulnerable families with farming inputs for 2 years. And during that period, they're expected to be paying back 100 kilograms of maize each year. Kenneth Chomba reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
Kenneth Chomba there with that report. Still in agriculture news, and now from Southern Province, the Namwala District Farmers Association has welcomed plans to recruit 256 extension officers as indicated in the 2023 national budget. Association chairperson Bright Samba says the intention to recruit more extension officers will improve agricultural support services, especially in the rural areas. Mr. Samba noted that the employment of extension officers demonstrates government's commitment to improve the agriculture sector. Minister of Finance Situmbeko Musokotwane announced during the 2023 budget presentation that government will recruit 256 extension officers in the 2023.
The excitement comes about because the government has pronounced that they're going to recruit 256 extension workers. That is a positive move for us farmers because the extension workers will be close to us, the farmers who have a lot of challenges. And then secondly, we are also excited because the FISI program has a reformation arrangement that allows the component of irrigation.
Now, Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kenneth Kalunga has expressed delight that the protest by the truck drivers at the Kasumbalesa border post has been called off. This follows a 6-day disruption of movement after drivers refused to cross into the Democratic Republic of Congo, demanding enhanced security measures. Take a look at this report.
A quick intervention by government on the protest by truck drivers at Kasumbalesa border post has restored business activities at the border post. The truck drivers have resumed crossing into the Democratic Republic of Congo after refusing to do so for 6 days, a situation that has caused traffic congestion on the Chingola-Kasumbalesa road. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kenneth Kalunga toured the border post to appreciate the situation on the ground, following a meeting that was held by a team of cabinet ministers from Zambia and the DRC.
The revenue that we expected to be coming in every day, because there's no traffic flowing in and out, and we are collecting less revenue. It will affect us as a nation, because until issues are mitigated with our sister country there, because you can see on the Zambian side, we're able to clear so many vehicles. Our colleagues there, it's like the process is slow to clear.
Zambia Revenue Authority Assistant Commissioner Levis Machimbe explains the situation on the ground.
Through interventions by government, the drivers were convinced to resume work yesterday, and I wish to report that yesterday we had a full working day, and we recorded about 560 trucks going to Congo. A similar number was recorded for coming to Zambia because the flow to Zambia remained uninterrupted.
And Mr. Kalunga has called for the establishment of a bonded warehouse facility to prevent traffic jams when truck drivers have challenges going into the DRC.
They are saying that why can't as government think of more like put these as bonded warehouses where the goods exiting Zambia, that they should be here, so that the Congo trucks also take their goods from here.
Kasumbalesa remains Zambia's busiest border post, hence government's continued efforts to find a lasting solution to the challenges there. Lizzie Ngobeka reporting from Kasumbalesa border post.
Still on the Copperbelt province, 3 police officers from Kamuchanga police station in Mufulira district have been arrested after they allegedly assaulted a 24-year-old woman of Chibolya township. Provincial Police Commanding Officer Sharon Zulu has disclosed that 3 officers were arrested and are expected to appear in court on Monday, October 10, 2022. Rachel Chisulo reports.
3 police officers in Mufulira district on the Copperbelt province have been arrested for allegedly assaulting a 24-year-old woman of Mufulira's Chibolya township. The father to the victim alleged that on 26 September 2022, 4 police officers from Kamchanga police station barged into their home, broke furniture, and brutally beat his daughter before apprehending her without telling her why she was being arrested. The family alleged that the woman, who has been left struggling to walk due to several injuries, was only told the charge after being assaulted and taken to the police station.
Backbone na yeye na ile kalipa then chitanga na imilina na ololo kandei sabuku for
Copperbelt Police Commanding Officer Sharon Zulu said 3 police officers have since been arrested in connection with the assault.
They will appear in court possibly on Monday, 10th of October 2022. We will not condone officers behaving in that manner.
And a human rights organization in Mufulira has called on police to be professional in executing their duties.
Zambia police. Now, if you are the people be brutalizing people be beating people, where do you expect the resident to learn to?
Rachel Chisulo, reporting for Zanis in Mufulira.
Also in the news, the Catholic Diocese of Mpika is set to construct a secondary school in Chief Luchembe's chiefdom in Kanchivya district. The Apostolic Nuncio to Zambia and Malawi from Italy, Archbishop Gianfranco Gallon, says that the construction of the school will be complete next year. Details in the following report.
He has blessed the foundation stone of this future institution of education to be constructed by the Catholic Diocese of Mpika. Archbishop Gianfranco Gallon of Italy is hopeful that the school will be completed by next year. Government officials, the church, and community members gathered to witness the laying of the foundation stone to mark the beginning of the construction.
I hope that next year I have to come to inaugurate the school. Before the time, the period of the rainy season, we have to see all the pillars of the school laid in underground.
Muchinga Permanent Secretary Henry Mkungule has commended the Catholic Church for the continued support in the area of education.
The demand for education
by our people, by our children, is even greater. Any efforts made by stakeholders to supplement the provision of education is much appreciated by government.
Chief Luchembe has thanked the Catholic Church for choosing to construct a school in Luchembe Chiefdom.
Of Luchembe, we say thank you for this kind of infrastructure development that has been launched in this area today. We have decided to dedicate the boarding school to Our Lady of the Rosary, and it shall be called Our Lady of Victories.
Peggy Coutinho for Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
Now, in Mpongwe District, a local non-governmental organization has embarked on the construction of a youth vocational and training center. Nexus Foundation Executive Director John Koma says the center is expected to train approximately 3,000 young people in the district. Noah Kangali gives us a report.
Provision of quality vocational training remains vital for youth development. A local non-governmental organization in Mpongwe District on the Copperbelt is constructing an ultra-modern vocational training center at a cost of $130,000. Once fully completed, the facility is expected to train approximately 3,000 young people in the district. John Koma is Nexus Growth Foundation Executive Director.
This is a vocation training center which is basically designed to help the young people in Mpongwe and at Zambia at large. The targeted cost of the project for it to be commissioned up to where the students, they can start coming, because the idea is when this project is done, we want to do the ablution and then also the school assembly. So we are looking at $130,000 for the whole project to complete.
The executive director further states that the center will help reduce crime and illicit activities among young people in the district.
We want to create an environment where the young people, they will be able to create jobs for themselves. And when they create jobs for themselves, we are going to reduce unemployment from the project. We are going to reduce poverty level. We are going to reduce crime activities, and we are also going to reduce abuse, drug abuse out of the people that will pass through this training.
Noah Kangali for Zanis in Mpongwe.
We now move to Northwestern Province, where Vice President Mutalena Lumango has commended First Quantum Minerals in Solwezi District for supporting thousands of students through its education program for over 25 years. Mrs. Nalmango says the mining company has to date awarded 88 scholarships to local pupils with exceptional academic potential to pursue their secondary and A-level studies at world-class institutions. Emma Zulu reports.
Kansanshi Mine in Solwezi District has continued being instrumental in supplementing government efforts in transforming the education sector. Vice President Mutalena Lumango, who was represented by Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mlenga at the opening of the Philip Pascal Chapel and Theatre Hall at Trident College, says government appreciates such partnership.
My government is fully aware that FQM has a strong history in supporting education, both private and in partnership with the government in Northwestern Province and beyond. My government appreciates these efforts and encourages focus on education, as it is perhaps the most impactful investment with the most long-term social and economic returns anyone can ever think of. We want to see an education and skilled population because of our country needs the skills for economic development.
Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefu wants the scholarship at the college to be extended to more local people.
The Trident School in Northwestern Province has enrolled a lot of children, not only here in Northwestern Province, but countrywide. Can you double your effort to extend this gesture to everyone in Northwestern Province and the country at large?
And First Quantum Minerals Chairman Philip Pascal gives an insight of the project.
But it's important that this school can provide a base of Christian understanding to each person and to use as a foundation for developing their life philosophy, and hopefully to avoid the risk of having no direction. And that's why you need a chapel. And that's why we wanted to put in, and I personally wanted to put something towards a facility of this sort.
Emma Zulu, reporting for Zanis News in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
And in Western Province, our staffer Mwangala Kapandula reports that preparations for the first ever Western Province Expo have heightened. Both local and foreign investors are expected to attend the event.
The scorching heat has not deterred organizers at the Western Province Expo from making final touches at the Mongo Industrial Yard, which is the venue for the Western Province Tourism, Trade and Investment Expo, which begins this Monday. President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to grace the first ever Western Province Expo, whose theme is Rapid Economic Transformation through Increased Homegrown Entrepreneurship, Value Addition and Trade. Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta said all is set and that preparations are progressing well.
The preparations have reached the high gear because we are literally a few hours away from the due date. The most important thing which I want to say is that the president will be here in the morning on Monday, and so we need to be done by the time he arrives. At the moment we have most of the exhibitors coming in quickly to come and set up.
Both local and foreign investors are expected to attend the expo.
We have indication that there are people coming from Ghana, South Africa, Pakistan, and we also know that the Czech Republic has expressed interest and will participate.
The expo is looking at the potential that the 16 districts of Western Province have in different economic areas, which include tourism, agriculture, mining, timber, among others.
Agriculture, we do rice here, there's fish, there's cattle, there's timber, but in the more exciting things, I think we're seeing some niche industries coming up, such as this plant called Devil's Claw or Seto, which will be appropriate for pharmaceuticals. And then we are also now talking about mineral exploration in Western Province.
The expo has also attracted traditional leaders from 5 chiefdoms who are coming from other provinces. For Zanis News, Mwangala Kapandula reporting in Mongo, Western Province.
Also in the news, Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati says Zambia is on the right track with attaining financial inclusion. Mr. Mutati has since called on businesses to take advantage of the digital payment processes and shift to cashless transactions. He was speaking in a speech read for him by Minister of Science and Technology, Acting Permanent Secretary Chikatizio Musonda at the signing of a Memoranda of Understanding.
Thank you so much for that.
The volume of money, mobile money transactions increased from 746 million to 843 million transactions, representing an annual improvement of 11.7%, while the number of transactions grew from 105 billion kwacha in 2020 to 169 billion in 2021, representing a growth rate of 60%. This clearly indicates that the country's quest to attain financial inclusion is on the right trajectory.
This collaboration also speaks into the fact that
the value is in their billions of kwachas. You would not want to pass on that opportunity.
Lusaka to become a regional trade and investment hub And so the infilling of different technology platforms that will help the ease of business and also fit into the greater African continental free trade agreements that Zambia has signed will make doing business a lot much easier for all of us.
This partnership with the Lusaka Chamber of Commerce is attractive in that the membership span of the chamber is in excess of 3,000 members. 3,000 members could entail 3,000 businesses that once upon a time did not have a digital solution, that now will have access to actually be able to help them in their digital journey. We've been at it for a long time in terms of the discussion for the partnership. Mr. Lawrence, extremely passionate about partnerships and finding like-minded organizations and entities like ourselves to then be able to drive the more bigger strategic goals around making Lusaka the hub in the region.
Now, in Luapula province, over 36 women and youths in Kawambwa and Pambashe districts have received grants under the Constituency Development Funds, CDF, amounting to 977,000 kwacha. 18 groups from each constituency have received checks, which were handed over by Provincial Minister Derek Chilundika. The minister, who was represented by the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Royd Mwansa, says the aim of the empowerment funds is to improve the welfare of the people. Meanwhile, Kawambwa District Commissioner Godfrey Chilambwe has encouraged more women and youths to continue applying for CDF grants. Choma Central Member of Parliament Cornelius Mwetwa has disclosed that over 1 million kwacha from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has been spent on secondary school bursaries. Mr. Mwetwa says the successful disbursement of the funds is an indication that government has the ability to fulfill its promises. Here's a report.
The Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has continued impacting on the lives of many vulnerable people. The people of Choma Central constituency have become the latest to benefit from the CDF empowerment, with their area Member of Parliament, who is also Southern Province Minister Cornelius Mwetwa, on hand to disperse the funds.
About 1,054,290 kwacha and 1,530,190 kwacha has been dispersed as bursaries to support children in school and colleges, those who cannot manage. And for skills development, like my colleagues here who were saying that they are learning certain arts, 1,530,190 kwacha has been spent.
The disbursement clears contrary assertions by some sections of society that government may fail to raise the money for CDF.
We are here to give living testament or example that whereas some people were suggesting that CDF won't work, that the government will not manage to raise the 25.7 million, million kwacha. That money has been raised by the government and it has since been channeled to the various local authorities, and we are here today to give example that the money is now reaching the beneficiaries on the ground.
To ensure prudent use of these grants, the local authority has provided trainings in various fields.
The total number of clubs which have been awarded empowerment grants are 32 as of today for Choma Central, and they are receiving a grand total of 976,240 kwacha. And I'm very sure, Honorable Minister, that we will record success going forward, and the leaders of these groups have had an interaction with members of staff of the council to be trained on how to manage the money.
The beneficiaries are elated. Runia Sakala, Zanis, Choma.
Let's now take you to sports. Over 2,000 participants from within and outside Zambia have taken part in the APSA Marathon in Lusaka. Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, Elvis Nkandu, expressed gratitude that the private sector is considering sport as a business opportunity for investment. Nkandu said the private sector has also enhanced the vision to put Zambia back in the Sporting Champions League. Meanwhile, ABSA board chairperson Austin Mwape says the bank is vested in sponsoring sporting activities that promote wellness and fitness. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkombo, British High Commissioner to Zambia Nicholas Woolley, and ABSA Bank Managing Director Mizinga Melu were among the 2,000 participants at the marathon.
The support of sporting activities by the private sector has enhanced the vision to put Zambia back in the Sporting Champions League. The initiative such as this one resonates very well with my ministry's drive to develop, implement, and support youth and sports activities for active youth participation and sustainable national development.
We are well vested to promote fitness, as we believe a healthy and active population will move the country to the next level. This year, the marathon has attracted over 2,000 participants, following the successful third edition, which was purely virtual and had about 1,000 participants across the country.
I would like to assure all of you that have run today that you are running under international standards. And if you clocked the time that is required, you can run anywhere in the world. The money that we make when we do a race like this one, and then when we are given a sanctioning fee, that fee goes to help us develop athletics.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories. Mansa District receives over 5,000 bags of D-compound fertilizer under the Food Security Pack. 3 police officers arrested. Construction of Youth Vocational and Training Center underway in Mpongwe. And over 2,000 people take part in ABSA Marathon. You can access these and many other stories on our website, zanis.com.zm. On behalf of the entire news and production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Enjoy the rest of the programming.